folks, it's that time again for What's for Supper Wednesday. And today we're going to be making stuffed pizza, Chicago style stuffed pizza. I'm going to be honest, I've never had Chicago style stuffed pizza. It looks good. We'll have the link for the recipe in the description. I've never tried the Chicago style pizza before. Now, when I grew up, there was a little pizza place. Of course, it's grown up a lot, I reckon, now. But it was up north. Pizza John's Pizza. Oh my gracious. I wish I could make pizza like that. But anyway, back to reality here. We'll start off. This is the day ahead of time. We're going to go ahead and make the crust. Now, you can make the crust 4 hours ahead of time. Or you can make this up and let it sit as long as 2 to 3 days. But seems simple enough. We'll give it a try. We'll let you know. What you need to start off with is 1 1/3 cup room temperature water. Then 4 teaspoons of yeast. Now we're using instant yeast. That's what Carolyn has. You can just put that in there and start using it immediately. Now if you're using the active yeast, you'll have to let it proof, and that's going to take anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. Also, we're putting in 2 teaspoons of sugar. We'll add all this together in the bowl first. Then, once we do that, we'll add 5 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour. We're going to put in cornmeal. From what the man said, watching his stuff there, he said you wanted to have a dry crust where it will handle all this moisture from the cheese and the sausage. So we're going to put in 1/4 cup of cornmeal into this. Okay. We're going to add 3 tablespoons of melted, we'll melt this down, of pork lard. 3 1/2 tablespoons of melted butter. And last but not least, we're going to put in 2 1/2 teaspoons kosher salt. We'll put this in Carolyn's mixer. Hopefully we don't tear it up, folks. Let's hope. But anyway, what we'll do, we'll mix it together in there, and then we're going to get it out. The best he's described it, it's going to look kind of scaly, dry, the dough. Get it out and knead it until it becomes shiny. And then what we'll do, he said knead it for approximately 5 to 10 minutes. We'll see how long it takes us. And then what we'll do, we'll put it in a bowl with some olive oil, cover that up, and then tomorrow we'll divide it up. We'll show you that step there when we get it tomorrow. All right, let's get started, folks. Alrighty, we've got our water down in here now. Now we're going to add our yeast. This here is instant yeast, remember, so we won't have to let it proof. Now this is where if you have your active yeast, you will have to let it proof 5 to 10 minutes. It'll get kind of foamy, Carolyn said. You'll see it get foamy. Alrighty, just going to stir this up, and we should be able to go on to the next step and start adding our flour. Alrighty, we'll add our cornmeal in there. Carolyn's done put her flour in there. We're going to turn it on after we plug it up. Safety first, folks. We didn't want to be around a live thing there. Alrighty, first blooper. Turn it on here to lowest setting. Now we're going to add in our lard and butter. And we'll just let this go. Now we're putting in our salt, 2 1/2 teaspoons. Alrighty, folks. We're going to go ahead and get it out. Don't mess up something here. See if we can get this here together. It's a dry dough. Alrighty, we got it out. What I'll do, I'll fast forward this for you folks, or we don't bore you. We're just gonna, till it gets all smoothed out. Now I'm gonna be honest, folks. We added a little bit more water to it. That fella, oh, it's a dry dough. Well, it was a dry dough, all right. We added a little bit more water to it, just a little bit, not a lot. It seems to be coming together a lot better now. Okay, Carolyn wasn't on camera, but she helped out. Dan's getting ready to take over here in a minute.
Not for long. My hands.
We normally don't do something where it takes this long to make. We try to keep stuff simple for you. But it looked so good when I seen it the other day.
You just had to try it.
We just had to try it. And hopefully it will be good. Alrighty, folks. This is about as good as I'm going to get it. We all three needed. We need it. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to put some olive oil down in our bowl. Run a little bit around the bottom there. And then we're going to put some in. Oh, we did add a little bit more water to it. Now, we're going to take this, place it down in here. We're going to leave this out at room temperature for an hour. Then we're going to put it in the refrigerator for overnight. Put a little bit on top of this. Around it here, and then we'll check on it in a little bit. Hopefully it turns out good. Am I betting on it? We'll see. We'll let you know the truth though. Alrighty, we'll see you after a while, folks. Now we're going to cover it. Alrighty, folks, it's the next day. We're going to put in 1 pint of crushed tomatoes, 16 ounces. We've already got 6 ounces of tomato paste in the bowl. Let's pour this in. Alrighty. 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Now we're not going to have to heat this sauce up. It will get cooked on top of the pizza. Little Dixie back there playing with her squeak toy, letting us know she's around. Alrighty. 1.5 teaspoons of oregano. Close. Alrighty. 1.5 teaspoons of accent. Alrighty. Now, one and a half Dixie honey. 1.5 teaspoons of minced garlic. And the salt and pepper, just do it to your taste. Now we're just going to mix this all up. Hopefully we'll have a pizza crust to work on right now. We've got the oven preheated to 500 degrees. We're letting it get good and hot. And then we'll start the next step. Let's get this stirred up here. Alrighty folks, now just cut a third off. Alright, we'll set this to the side here. The smaller piece here will be the lid. Set that there. Let's get this here. Now what we're going to do, we're going to get some cornmeal again, sprinkle it on the bottom. You go over here and get us a piece of parchment paper first. It's looking a little bit better than it did last night. Alrighty. Now, that fella said, take your cornmeal, press on the bottom, on top like this here, and then we're going to roll it out now. And then we'll set it to the side. Let's move that out of the way. This better be good, folks. Been a lot of effort went into this. All right, we've got this here. This will be the lid. We'll set this to the side. We're going to use Carolyn's new cast iron skillet there. You can see here it's already getting seasoned up pretty good. In a minute what we'll do, down inside that, we're going to coat the sides and the bottom with butter, and then put in a little bit of Parmesan cheese all around the sides, and some cornmeal in it also. But first, let's get the other part rolled out. Just get your cornmeal all around the edges here. Okay, now set that there to the side. We're going to roll this out to about 16 inches. Sleeves falling down here. And we're going to be putting Italian sausage in the bottom of ours. And then on top of the sauce, oh, sorry guys. Didn't mean to about knock yous over. Then on top of the sauce, we'll put a little bit of Parmesan cheese and some pepperonis. Y'all put whatever you want on yours if you do this. Alrighty. Carolyn's gonna have to shred us some cheese here in a minute. Alrighty. We'll leave this sitting to the side. Alrighty, we'll see you in a minute, folks. Alright, let's see here. Just take your butter. We're gonna get all around the sides. And then we're going to sprinkle in some Parmesan cheese after we get this good and buttered. Okay. Alrighty. Let me put my stuff up here and I'll be right back. Cornmeal. Like I said, I've never had Chicago pizza. They said this is a must, so we'll see. Just get that all scattered around. Now, take you some Parmesan cheese. Sprinkle that around in there. Around the sides. Sprinkle it around. And then your excess we'll pour back out here on this plate. And that'll go to the chickens. Now, let's get this crust. Try to get it in there. Push it down into the corners there. Now I see one place over here where I got a little bit thin in. What we'll do, we'll pinch a piece off and stick down on that there. We're gonna patch our hole up there. Get just a little bit more for right in there. Okay. Now this is a 12-inch skillet we're using, folks. And then what we'll do here in just a second, Carolyn's got the cheese. Let me get the sausage. We'll put that in the bottom. Alrighty, now what we're gonna do, we're gonna pinch some sausage and put down in the bottom of it here. Hopefully you can see that there. Now we're just using mild Italian sausage, folks. Let me go ahead and just turn this over, get this wax paper off of it here. It's all going down in there anyway. Now let's just pinch it around. Like I said, I've tried to seal this little hole down here. We'll see. Probably be asking a lot out of it. Once again, folks, have fun. last night rolling that dough out. That guy on there, oh, about 5 to 10 minutes kneading. Yeah, 30 minutes into it there. Whew. Hopefully it's worth it. Let's see. Just press this down in there. And Carolyn, she's excited here. We got 2 pounds of cheese getting ready to go in there.
Seriously, 2 pounds of cheese.
Yeah, seriously, it's 2 pounds of cheese. Yep. We're being serious, folks. 2 pounds of cheese.
Mama said could have been a little bit more cheese.
Well, his recipe called for 2 to 2.5 pounds.
I only went 3.
I don't know if it would hold 3 pounds or not. We'll see when we pour this in. Good Lord, folks. Maybe getting the other pound out of the refrigerator. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if we've told you this or not before. Carolyn loves cheese.
Yep.
Alrighty. Press this down. Now, let's pour the cheese in. Oh my gracious. It's definitely going to be cheesy, folks.
A lovely sight.
Oh boy. Sort of get your cheese turned around here a little bit. And then what we're going to do, will actually get me a little bit of water over here. Press that down in there. Once again, I think I said, but the oven is preheated to 500 degrees. Let me get me a knife over here too. Alright, take some water. We're going to go around this edge to where when we put that other in, it'll help seal it around through there. Oh Lordy, I hope it's good. Alright. Now we'll get our lid, place that on top. Press it around through there. It don't matter up here if you tear a little hole, because we're going to have to fix some holes in there. Just press it around through, get a good seal, and then poke you some holes in here randomly. Let the steam escape. Alrighty. Alright, now let's get our sauce and pour on here. Hopefully Doug don't make a mess. Cover up all the white there. what we're gonna do, take our Parmesan cheese, sprinkle some of that on top. Don't go real crazy with it. Now, let's throw a little bit of pepperonis on top of here. What we'll do, we'll place it in the oven for 12 minutes. And then what we'll do, we'll spin it around in there, 180 degrees. And then we'll cook it for another 12 minutes. Now I'm just giving you the temperature and the times from what that man said. We'll let you know for sure what we had. Get this cooking, then we've got to go out and get some firewood carried in. Alrighty. Now, what I'll do, go around the sides here. We'll cut, try not to get cut. This is just purdying it up a little bit here, folks. Alrighty. Now, here's you some dough. We can throw that in and cook it a little bit there, and then we'll get to your chickens. Alrighty, folks. We're going to throw this in the oven. We'll see you here in just a little bit. Alrighty, folks. We took it out after 24 minutes total. The crust, it ain't really golden, but temperature-wise, everything looks done. It said let it sit there for 15 minutes. I guess let all that cheese sort of congeal back up a little bit there. We'll show you cutting it here in just a minute. There you have it. We'll give a taste test here in a minute. We may not never get it back up out of the skillet. We'll see. Alrighty, here you go.
Big bite. Big bite.
Careful. Watch the cheese.
Delicious.
Alrighty, folks. I'd like to thank y'all for watching. Hope y'all have a blessed day. Lord willing, we'll be seeing you Friday. Thank you again for watching.